So what did I do the night before leaving? Waxed my car and sold it to this gentleman right here. I'm gonna miss the old Subaru here. It's a sweet vehicle, man. 2005. Man, how am I even gonna get any ladies without this thing? Chris was nice enough to drive me to the start of Walk the Parks here. Thank you, Chris. And you know, I drive, I get to see what I'm gonna be walking through in just a short time. That is Grand Teton and Teton National Park. There's quite a bit of snow up there still, which is I don't know what that is really, but it's something, but I'm gonna try it. So it's exciting. Here we go. Here we are at the entrance station to Yellowstone National Park, the first stop. A lot of cars, but very beautiful. Good day so far.
Requires knowledge of backcountry safety, planning for unexpected events, and being fully aware of the inherent risks of backcountry travel.
All right, here we are at Yellowstone, almost to Old Faithful, still driving up. Stopped and got a permit at the south entrance station, and wouldn't you know, the first thing that the ranger says when I walk in is, "Oh, you're that Walk the Parks guy. I follow you on Instagram." And I was just like, that is awesome. And of course, it was two pretty ladies who were extremely helpful, which I'm very thankful for. And I got to watch this really long video about you know, safety in the backcountry. They told me a story about how in one recently, a bear came to someone's tent at night and was like kind of pawing at the side of the tent, which is kind of insane. But I don't know, I'm excited. I got the permit that I wanted. It'll work out just fine. Got 13 miles to do today, and back on the road we go.
Oh my God, Old Faithful geyser. Look at all these people. Excitement abounds. Lots of other geysers. The sky looks a little ominous today, so I think I might have a little bit of rain and storms to start things out, but you know, good for the soul, a little grit. More scenes from Old Faithful. There's a lot of people. It's the Old Faithful Lodge here. Old Faithful Lodge, lots of people. There's Chris being a person. Wow, that lines everywhere. Is the line for a lunch buffet? How appropriate. I get to the start of Walk the Parks, and the very first thing we do is get in line for the lunch buffet. I'm excited. So here we have the pre-hike meal, the lunch buffet at the Old Yellowstone Lodge, which is pretty ridiculous, really. It's a good deal. 16 bucks, all you can eat. I'm not even that hungry, but might as well fill up before the trip starts. Why not? This is fun. Well, here I'm walking back to Old Faithful. There's certainly more people out here than there was before, which is all good. Definitely rushing a little bit more than I thought I would today, but really I just don't want to stay here for the next one because I'd like to be more mellow on my hike. I only got like 4 hours of sleep or something last night, so I'm just kind of tired. Anyway, just exploring this. Look at all these people. Good old Faithful. This is how Walk the Parks is starting. Alright, so we're still awaiting the geyser eruption here. Pretty exciting. Walk the Park's about to begin. I don't even know. Not sure what's going to happen on this trip here, but starting about a 3-year, 1,100-day trip right now, so this is going to be interesting. Glad to be at Old Faithful doing it. Oh, it's starting to erupt. How exciting. It's 12:15. I only got 4 hours of sleep last night, and I have to hike 13.3 miles from now, but that's all good. It's all good. Plenty of time. So I'll wake up a little bit, checking out the crowds here at Old Faithful. Exciting times. Okay. Steaming.
So I'm going to say,
the excitement.
I'm going to say 4 minutes.
Old Faithful is getting near eruption here.
I'm going to say 4 minutes.
The start of Walk the Parks is soon. Thank God we started out with a huge lunch buffet at the lodge. That was good. I feel like I might explode a little bit, but that's alright. Old Faithful out here, all these people. It's exciting. I feel like I can feel the contrast already, the number of people here versus the amount I'm going to see on the backcountry trail that I'm about to get on. Just got 20,000 miles to go. Oh, it's starting to get bigger. It's starting to get bigger. Here we go. Alright, an Old Faithful eruption. Looking good. Starting at one of the most popular places in the national parks. The very first national parks was created. And I'm excited. Feels good. Well, so Walk the Parks is starting. I'm actually leaving a few seconds early here. Having a little stomach issues, but it's alright, you know. Gotta start somewhere. Oh yeah. Alright, well, these are the first official steps of Walk the Parks. A lot of people, but that's cool. I'm excited to share the start with a lot of people. They don't know what I'm doing, but that's fine. Walking back to the car, about to put on my backpack and start hiking. I don't know, I feel like I should have something like profound to say or something, but reality is I'm pretty tired, and I'm excited to hike 13 miles. I'm sure it'll be beautiful along the way, and then set up camp and stuff, so that'll be nice. Skies are definitely a little bit ominous, so we'll see how things go as far as that's concerned, and onward, Walk the Parks as a go. Well, here I am, day one. I managed to get lost even after asking directions. I remember reading something about the Howard Eaton trailhead being difficult to find. I actually found a sign for it, but then it totally lit me off guard. But it's all good. I think I'm coming up on it right now. I think there's a sign for it, so that's exciting. But that was like a 2.5 mile detour right off the bat. But it's all good. It's all good. Run with punches here. Go with the flow. So here I go into the backcountry. So here we are, the first few moments on the trail. Walk the Parks has begun, and in true fashion it has begun with me being really tired and getting lost and really having not that many hours to do 13 miles before darkness, and it looks like it might rain, but spirits are high, life is good. Just gotta take it step by step, day by day. Eventually I'll get there. Woo! Well, here I am, day one here, going down the Shoshone Lake Trail. I have my full rain gear on here. Freaking just started dumping rain. But what else do you expect, you know? I'm pretty soaking wet, but it's not too cold. I'm still pretty tired. I just saw some like bird carcasses that were like all torn up, which was interesting, but whatever, you know, nature's a cruel beast. But here I am walking down the trail. I think I have like I don't know, maybe like 6 or 7 more miles to go today, so I'm just gonna keep on keeping on, and spirits are good. I am really tired from my kind of lack of sleep that's been building up the last few days. So, and then I got pretty late start today, so not too many breaks as I'm going down the trail here, but I'm in good spirits, and you know, the trail's good. I've seen a few people, and yeah, so it goes. Been trying to make some noise to not attract bears, and just kind of going for it. One thing that's kind of funny is like there's like these orange markers on the trail. Like, let me see if I can show you one. And I do really like the color safety orange, but you know, it's like, it's just kind of surprising that in a national park that's managed as a wilderness area that there would be these bright orange markers on the trees, you know? That just doesn't seem, I don't know, it's weird. But anyway, hopefully it'll clear up a little bit and keep on hiking. This is one of the cooler parts of Yellowstone. You know, you can just walk by like like steaming trail, you know what I mean? Like in the backcountry, and you just come upon it, and like, I mean, yeah, it was just raining, but all the thermal activity. Oh, and then you have birds taking off right in front of you, and you have mosquitoes landing all over you. But don't think that you have to go to the backcountry to see stuff like this. If you've never been to Yellowstone, and look how cool that is. We got boiling geothermal features. Really, really cool. Sorry, all the blowing you hear is me trying to blow mosquitoes off of me. And but if you've never been to Yellowstone before, there's actually a ton of these trails and geysers are real accessible. So you don't have to go into the backcountry and get poured on for several hours to make it to a place like this. You know, in some ways it's kind of cool because you have it all to yourself, like nobody's here. But don't let that stop you from coming here. I mean, there's tons of good trails with all sorts of geysers and geothermal features, like right from your car, with really cool boardwalk setup and stuff too. So even if you're not like a, you know, hardcore hiker or ambitious hiker, you just don't want to go that far, that's not a big deal. They have tons of great, really short hikes where you can get right up close and personal with a lot of these features, which are really cool. But I just think it's so cool that it's like steaming, you know, like just going through, and like I don't know, the vegetation is really cool. It's very unique. Yellowstone. Very cool. And you know, I haven't seen any signs of bears, which is great. Knock on wood. Of course, I'm sure around here they were saying something about there being some bears wandering around, but I don't know, just gorgeous. It's fun to check out all these cool thermal features. Yellowstone, walk the parks, day one. Very cool geysers. I don't know if you can hear the rumbling. Pretty cool. Then we got more over here. You can't really go off trail and check them out, but you know, I don't know that I really want to either. I mean, it's cool to leave this stuff alone. They say that Yellowstone is one of the largest active volcanoes in the world, and if it were to blow up, that like, I mean, I don't know, some people think that almost the world as we know it would end, like it would cause like all the smoke and soot in the sky would cause like some sort of crazy nuclear winter type effect, but I don't really know. And but you read about like you know, conspiracy theorists and stuff are all like always speculate about like what's going to happen to the Yellowstone volcano, and there actually has been several earthquakes going on. Like before I came here, there was also some in Montana too. You know, and every time that happens, people are like, "Oh, the super volcano is gonna erupt." I mean, honestly, I don't really know much about it. And look at this with all the flowers and stuff too. Gosh, this is just gorgeous in here. I was pretty exhausted before, and to be honest, I was kind of like, I was a little stressed because I got like a little bit later start than I would have liked, and then I got lost for like 2.5 miles, and then I had to backtrack, and then it was a long uphill, although it really didn't gain much elevation, but still a kind of sustained uphill. So I was just kind of like, oh man, am I gonna make it? Now I've kind of mellowed out and gotten a second wind. Thankfully the terrain has been pretty kind for the most part, so that's definitely a positive. Like if it were really steep, I don't even know, I might have just had to go back and change my plans or something, but pretty cool. I'm still getting absolutely soaked when I walk through these. These are like soaking wet, so they go onto my pants. And then over here, you can't really see it, but Shoshone Lake is in the distance here. Shoshone Lake is a really big lake, it looks like on the map. I mean, several miles long and stuff. So pretty cool. Hopefully I'll get a picture up near the shore of it. But ooh, so many mosquitoes though, so many. And then the trail just becomes a swamp, and then the swamp leads to a broken bridge. Oh man, I'm actually gonna put my phone away because I'm scared if I fall into that shit, but oh my god! Trail turns into swamp. Swamp leads to a broken bridge. Oh my god, the mosquitoes are everywhere. All right.